are you unable to keep your DeWalt cordless propane heater lit? You turn it on, you push down the ignition switch, it comes on, but every time you let the switch go, it turns off no matter how long you hold it. You probably need to replace the thermocouple. Hey guys, how's it going? Nate here, welcome to the tool shed. Today I'm going to walk you guys through on how I change out the thermocouple in my DXH70CFAV DeWalt cordless propane heater. So first things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find probably something like this. This is what I use. You can also use crescent wrenches if they're smaller and stuff, but I find this works really good. A pair of long needle nose right angled pliers, and then you need a number 2 Phillips with at least 6 inches of shank or stem or whatever on it, so you can reach up in there and get the screws out that you need. So first things we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the gas, take the battery out, etc. Okay, so now once we've done that, we're ready to kind of dig into this machine here. So let's talk about the replacement part. So I was unable to find the correct replacement part on Amazon or eBay for this. There might be one on there kind of buried, but I wasn't able to find it. So this is a replacement, direct part number replacement for DeWalt 27933. And if you look up the manual on this cordless propane heater, you'll find that. Once again, there's the model number if you need that. But I ordered this from All Parts, and I'll put a link in the video description. I don't have any affiliation with them whatsoever. I don't get anything for putting that in there. It's the only place I was able to find this replacement. It's Benon brand, as you can see right there. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to have to just kind of walk you guys through what I do, and then just kind of show you when it's done. I've taken some of the screws out already, but you're going to have 9 screws in the back of the shroud. First thing you're going to take off. You're going to have 2 here, 2 here, and then you have 2 screws here and 2 screws there. That's 8. And then the last one is actually up top here, and it's this little tiny screw. Comes right out of the top there. You can just pull it right off of there, and then I'll show you what's inside when we're done. Okay guys, so once you get the back shroud off, and you might think that you don't have to take these top 4 screws out, because basically what they are is they're attached to this removable fan shroud. And the only problem with that is that if this is behind something, you're going to have trouble jiggling it out. So I like to take all those screws out, and then this will just kind of actually fall out. Got to kind of be careful of this connector here, but I will immediately remove this connector for the fan, and we'll set that aside. So now we have access to the back of the heater here, and you're going to look in there, and this is your thermocouple on the left here. Up in there, it's got a nut on the back, and then there's just a shroud here that moves to the front, and then I'll turn it around and show you the front of it. And there's the front. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take some sort of needle nose pliers, or if you have a smaller wrench or something, whatever it takes to get up in there, and you're going to loosen the nut on each side and then unscrew it. Something you might want to do here before you get too far in is you're going to want to measure the distance that the thermocouple is sticking out, because the thermocouple just has this long threaded body on it where you can have it sticking farther out or farther in, and so you want to put it at the same distance that it's at. So go ahead and measure that, figure out how far it's sticking out here, and then you can take the nuts off of each side. So we're going to go ahead and do that, remove the nut at least from the front, and then we can slide it out the back. Alrighty guys, so I took this nut off the front of the thermocouple, and now it is going to come right out here. Now this other nut you are going to have to take off in order to make it easier to get the thermocouple out later on. So go ahead and take both the nuts off. As you can see, this is kind of worn, etc. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the yellow body of the machine and thread this thermocouple out. So next step is take your long shank number 2 Phillips, and you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws to take out of this side. So you got to reach way up in there, crack them loose, and then pull all those out. Alright guys, so we got the screws out of the bottom clamshell, and we're just going to face the heater towards us and open up this just like that, and then you can see the thermocouple assembly right here coming through the bottom, and then it attaches at this point here, and then it has a couple of electrical connectors that come off. So we're going to take our pliers, we're going to crack this and take it off, and then we're going to take the connections off here. what I like to do is either mark the connections so you know which one's left or right, or in this case I just tucked the left one up so I remember that that's on the left side. Then these little connectors were attached, as you can see there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that out and get the new one in. Alrighty guys, so just to show you, I disconnected the thermocouple from right there. And as you can see, you got the electrical connections off, and now I just got to feed the top part through this opening here. And that's why we take those nuts off, because it's a pretty tight fit. So now we have the old thermocouple out. There it is right there, and we are going to put the new one in. So we got the new thermocouple assembly back in, got the electrical connections back on. I like to double crimp these, just squeeze them a little bit to make sure they connect really well. Got that, focus, there we go. Got that connected there, and then as you can see, we've got the thermocouple sticking out the back there, ready to be put in when we get back up top. So I'm going to carefully put this together, trying not to crush this too much, and put the screws back in the bottom clamshell, and then we're going to go up to the back and put that through. Got the clamshell back together. So now we're going to remember what distance we had here roughly to the back shroud with the thermocouple. Then we're going to take our back nut and put it on, whatever the distance may be. I'm going to double check that, and then we're going to put this very carefully, just turn it around and put it through right there where the thermocouple goes, and then we're going to put that front nut on and then tighten both of the nuts down to get that thermocouple nice and secure. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so a quick note about putting the shroud and the fan back on. Obviously when you take the back shroud off, the fan just kind of falls out, and you can do that. When you put it back on, you've got to put the shroud and the fan together first. So it's got the 4 screws in the top part of the shroud. You just put those in, and then the fan assembly or whatever has this slot in it that you can just slide it in there. Don't forget to plug that in first, and then you can slide this in and then push the whole shroud back on and put the screws in the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty guys, so the battery's back in, gas is connected. Let's give this a shot and see how it runs. Turn it on, wait for the ignition, hold this down, lights up like a charm. We'll hold it down for a few seconds just to make sure. Get it nice and warmed up. And we'll let it go, and there we go. So brand new thermocouple is all this needed. So guys, if you got anything out of this video, if this helped you at all, I'd really appreciate a like, and please consider subscribing. Helps the channel out a ton. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.